Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's me once again, your boy, your color commentator, back once again to give you the recap on Week 14 in our end zone bound Yahoo Fantasy Football League. Okay? Now, while the rest of the world has already gone through their round one of playoffs, we're still going through a regular season week, okay? So that means that people still had a chance to secure a playoff spot, okay? Let's get into the matchups and see who won, see who lost, and see who secured that playoff spot, okay? Now, for the first lineup, we got Philly Beefsteaks going up against Juice Free always. And Philly Beefsteaks came out on top 99.68 to 93.40. Philly Beefsteaks had Randall Cobb, and Juice Free always had Jordy Nelson going into Monday night. Both of these guys were fighting for the victory. Okay? Now, Randall Cobb only got 5.70 points, but as you can see by the difference in the score, I guess that was enough for Philly to come out with the victory. You know what I mean? Because you would think that if you have a player getting you 36.60 points, you got this. Just didn't work out that way. Sorry, Juice Free. Now in the next matchup, we've got the Blue Wall going up against Touchdowns Galore. Okay? In this one, the Blue Wall comes away with the victory, 124.56 to 111.06. The Blue Wall had Devin Hester and Eddie Lacy in Monday night. You know what I mean? Devin Hester got him 15.80 points. Lacy got him 22.60 points. It was kind of hard to come back because I know Touchdowns Galore was feeling pretty good going into Monday night. You know, they already had Le'Veon Bell, who had got them 50.50 points. Beast! 50.50 points. The bad part what happened was being that Atlanta scored so many points on Green Bay. Man, once the score kept going up, Green Bay's defensive points went down. They actually scored a -1 point. So, if they would have been able to keep their basic, 10 points, and do a little bit on defense, this matchup would have went a different way. Sorry, Touchdowns. We'll see you next year. All right. In the next match, we've got Guess Who going up against A-Town Jags. And guess who is number 1? A-Town Jags is number 10. I know. Probably there's not going to be much of a ranking change. But in this matchup, guess who gets the dub? Okay? 128.68 to 81.02. Okay? Now, A-Town Jags had Aaron Foster, who got her 25.80 points. The bad part, she also had Torrey Smith, who got her 0 points. Not real reliable. That's why it's so hard sometimes in fantasy football to pick a winner. Okay. But I know who does have a winner. That's guess who. He's got Aaron Rodgers. It's kind of hard to beat this guy. Especially when he comes up with 42.88 points. Come on. That just spells victory. You know what I mean? And the discount, double check. I wish you can see me really doing it. But anyway, you know how it goes. You see the commercial. Now, next matchup we're going to talk about Clubber Lang going up against Too Hot for TV. And if you're paying attention in the last video from last week, these two teams were in the top 6. So it's possible that with a win or a loss, either of these two teams, especially my team, since I had the last spot, 6th place last week, I was kind of scared about what was going to happen. I really needed this victory. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it in this matchup because Clubber Lang came out on top, 134.10 to 125.14. Ooh, it was so close. So close. I had Matthew Stafford. He got me 31.24 points. Clubber Lang had A.J. Green with 42.40 points. That's Aaron Rodgers type, points for a wide receiver. So, as you can see, Clubber Lang gets the victory and moves on into the playoffs. But I'll get into that a little bit later. Okay, in the very last matchup, we got I've Got Agita going up against IBS. And in this matchup, I've Got Agita comes out on top, 160.08 to 116.30. Now in this matchup, I've Got Agita, he had Julio Jones going into Monday night, who got him a whopping 40.90 points. Crazy, right? Way to come through in the fourth quarter. Now IBS, they had Matt Ryan, who got him 43.30 points. Okay? Now that's enough to kind of help you get a victory. But when you have wide receivers and running backs who don't help you out, i.e. Randall from the Giants, who only got him minimal amount of points. Randall combined with Grice, the running back, who's back up to Andre Ellington in Arizona, both of them combined got less than 2 points. It's time to hit the bench or cut them from the team, trade them, something. So, you know what I mean? You got to make that move. That's your team. But these two characters, they cost you to win. Okay? But I know you don't really care anyway. You still doing your thing, IBS. Now, with that being said, here are the rankings for this week, week 14. In first place, as always, he's been there for a minute and already clinched the playoff spot some weeks ago. We have Guess Who? That's right. It's the name of the team. You don't have to guess, okay? With a record of 12-2. In second place, I've Got Agita with a record of 9-5. We've got 3 teams with a record of 7-7. That is the Blue Wall in third place, Clubber Lang in fourth place, and IBS in fifth place. With a record of 6-8, and still hangs on to sixth place. Too hot for TV, baby. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Now, in seventh place with a record of 6-8, we've got Touchdowns Galore. Also with a record of 6-8, we have Philly B-Steaks in 8th place and Juice Free always in 9th place. 10th place with a record of 4-10, we've got A-Town Jags. Okay, so as of last week, we already know that the top 2 teams had already clinched their playoff spots. Okay, Guess Who? And I've Got Agita. Okay, everyone from 4th place down to 8th place had a 6-7 record and an opportunity to get into the playoffs. You know what I mean? Only the top 6 teams make it. Okay, it was really tough. It was a good chance that Touchdowns Galore and Juice Free, they possibly had a good chance, even though, last week they were in 7th and 9th place. No, 7th and 8th place, I'm sorry. They, like I said, they both had a 6-7 record and had the opportunity to get into the playoffs. Now, with Too Hot for TV losing, that was a perfect opportunity for them to seize the moment and jump up and take that spot from me. You know what? But unfortunately, just like I lost, Touchdowns Galore, they lost. Juice Free always lost. So it went down to the points. And going into this week, I already knew that I had more points than these cats. So that's just how it boiled. Just boiled down to the points, baby. You got to put them points on the board. And unfortunately for Too Hot for TV, that's what we did. So let's move into week 15, the first week of playoffs for our league. Okay, now I do want to mention that we have some teams that stepped into the dance last year and they're back this year to go back into the playoffs to try once again for a spot of that championship. Teams like I've Got Agita, they were in the playoffs last year. The Blue Wall, Clubber Lang, IBS. That's almost all the teams except for 2. Talking about Too Hot for TV and Guess Who? You know what I'm saying? Last year I didn't make it. I'm in there this year, baby. I made it. And guess who new on the scene takes the #1 spot and is in business, okay? So, the way things are going to go week 15 are like this. For week 15, the top 2 teams, you get to sit back, you get to watch everybody else play, you know what I'm saying, have a little drink, you know what I'm saying, eat your popcorn, watch the show, okay? That's Guess Who and I've Got Adjutant. Both of you guys are on the bye week. Enjoy. Now, the 2 matchups we will see, you know what I'm saying, for week 15 are as follows. We've got the #3, the Blue Wall, going up against #6, Too Hot for TV. And it's about to be on. Because even though I didn't make it last year the Blue Wall ended up being the league champ. So the defending champion is in this, trying to stake his claim and regain his crown. Okay, we're going to see what we can do, see how I can turn that heat up on him. Now, for the second matchup, we've got Clubber Lang, who's ranked #4, going up against #5, IBS. Both of these guys, you know what I'm saying, are no stranger to the playoffs. They've been to the dance before. We just want them to go ahead and advance and do their thing. That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Really, they could. I need a loser so I can keep winning. But anyway, that's how it is. Let's see what happens. I'll be back next week to let you all know what happened in week 15, round 1 of the playoffs. I'll let you know who moves on to round 2 and who is still in the hunt to go to the Super Bowl, baby. Alright, I'll check you all next week. Peace.